All of you, hope you guys are great. So welcome back once again. In the last video we have worked on our four component: header, footer, banner or service. In this video we're going to complete our entire project, so make sure to watch till the end and complete the project together. So this is where we left in the last video. So we work on the service, we work on the banner, this pop-up model is working fine, and now we're going to work on the about component. So close this one. Now we can click on this, it will take us to the about us. Now we have to make it side by side so we can see what we are exactly working on. It looks pretty good. So first we have to import couple of things. So we have to take the React icon /bs, and that we have to import the arrow right. Then we'll simply work on the JSX. We'll take a section, add a ID to about, add a class called small, padding top. Then we'll take a div, add a class called container. Inside that we'll take a div, add a class called row, align item center. Then we'll take a div, it will have a class called call 6, call medium 12, call sm12, and in that we'll take a div, add a class called text medium center. In that we'll display our image. We'll take this animation, we'll provide the image location, about image to png, save it. Here we have the image. Now we can simply come here, we'll take this data animation and we'll say zoom in, and we'll add the delay. So this will be called something like we'll say 0.2 second. So we have the delay. Now we can simply come here, we'll take a div, it will have a class called call large 6, call medium 12, and we'll have this call sm12, res medium top 30, and rest sm top 20. In that we'll take a div, it will have a title default class light and title border. And then we'll take this h4, add a class called animation, copy and paste here, and we have to simply change this copy and paste here and change this to fed in up. In that we'll display our text called about the crypto cash. Looks pretty good. Now we can come here, we'll take a paragraph, simply copy and paste here the animations. Then we can display our lorem text, the dummy text we have. Simply copy and paste it one more time. Looks good. And now what we can do is let's change the timing to 8 and 4. So we go to our dummy text and move couple of texts. So okay, this one is good. Now we can come here, we'll take a anchor and we'll have to create a button. So we'll add the classes called button radius. We'll have a video animation, simply copy and paste here, change this to 1 second, and we'll have the text called let's start, and we'll display our arrow icon. So here we have the icon. If I make on the big screen, you can see, okay, still we have some issue. There is a problem in the alignments, means I have done something wrong in the classes. So come here and let's try to look at that. So we have this two div. So this is the div we have. If I close this, this is the one I have. So I can see the problem right up here. So this is the problem we have. So first problem is S aligned, so it's A, not S. And the second problem we have is here, it's C. Save it, come back here, and now it's perfectly aligned. If you click on this surveys about, looks pretty good. We can go to all the different sections. Okay, looks good. Now let's check the responsiveness in the mobile device. Looks fine, no issue we have so far. And here we have the footer. So we are done with this about. Hope you guys can appreciate that how things are coming together and our application is taking shape slowly. And now we have to work on the actual component where we allow user to buy the token, which is token sale component. So simply click on that. Here we are in the token sales, and now what we have to do is we have to simply import couple of things. So it looks pretty good, and we can come here, we'll take this use state. We have to import the, let's say, React icon /bs. We need the bs cryptocurrency bitcoin arrow right. Then we have to take the other one. So we'll take this React icon slash fa, and here we're going to simply replicate it. So this one will be Ethereum icon and this will be SI. So we'll say SI Ripple and SI Litecoin and remove the last one. Now we have to receive the props, so we need to take this pi token function and paste here, and we have to take this token cell which contain all the information about the token. Simply copy and paste here. So we got the props. Now we can come here, we'll create the function. So first we'll take a state variable and we'll say number of token, because in this we're going to keep the number that how many tokens user wants to buy. So by default it's going to be 1, because we don't want them to go 0 and do the transaction. We want them to buy at least 1 token. Then we'll take a variable and we'll have to convert the percentage, because so we have to display the data in the percentage format that how many tokens are sell. So we'll take this percentage and we'll take this token sales. In the token sales we have all the data about the number of token got sold and number of token is left. So we'll take this number of token sold. So and here we have to divide it with the balance. So we'll say token sell balance, and we have to simply multiply with 100, so it will give us the percentage value. Simply replicate, wrap this in the bracket. So this will fix the issue. So you can see this is what we have. If I come back here in the context, go back to the context, close this one, open this one index, and if I come here, open this fetch, here we have all the information. Token sell, in that we have this token price and token sell balance. Okay, we have with a capital V, so simply change this with capital B. Let's have a look on the token sell. This one is also good. Come back here, it's a token sold, so this one is perfect, no issue we have here. So it will give us the percentage value, and now I'm going to simply convert it in a decimal formats. Now I have to simply format this in a string. So we'll say show percentage. So we'll have this percentage, and I have to simply convert it into a string. So we'll say to string, so we can display in our front end, and that looks good. So these are the few things we have to do, and now we can start working on our entire J6. So let's make it side by side so we can see what we are working on. Let's bring it here. So remove this one and we'll take a section. It will have a ID called token. It will have a class called section token cell bg light dark, and we'll have a data attributes to zindex 1. We'll have a data parallax to scroll, and we'll say data image, and we have to provide the image location slash token bg.png. So we have this. Inside that we'll take a div, add a class called container. Inside that, take a div, add a class called row, add a div, take a div, add a class called call large 6, offset large 3, call md12, and call small 12. In that we'll take a div, add a class called title default light, title border text center. In that we'll take a h4, we'll add a class called animation, and we'll add the two data attribute for the animation. So fair enough, and we have to add a delay. So delay will add something related to 0.2. Let's add our text. We'll say token sell, copy this, and we'll take a p. In that we have to paste, and then we have to display our short description. So here I'll display dummy text. So this is how the header section would look like of this token cell. Now we can simply come here, we'll take a div, and it will have a class called row align item center. In that we'll take a div, it will have a class called row call large 3, div, add a class called pre-box. In that we'll take this h6 and we'll paste this, and we'll display our text starting time, and then here we have to display the value. So we'll take a p tag and paste this data attributes, and then we'll say starting from July 23 any number as per your project. So we'll say Monday 10 and display the timing. So when you will add these kind of things, will create the urgency among the user. Okay, they have to purchase it or buy it. So simply close this one, copy and paste here, and we simply copy and paste here, and we're gonna have this 4. So now we have to simply change the data. So this will be our ending time. So when this cell will get end, remember we have a function in our contract for ending cell. So let's do the changes here as well. It's called token exchange rate. So here we can display, so it's 1 ether equal to 1 TBC coin, and you can add multiple coin to swap. So we'll say ECC to 1 TBC. Remove this extra, so we want to display only 3. So we have this detail about it. Now we can take a div. It will have a call large 6. It will have a div called token sale res md dash mb 40. We'll say res md mb, and we'll add this particular to, it's empty and 40, so margin top, and we'll add this res small mb and 30. Let's add a small empty 30, and I'm getting some sort of error, so let's see what is the problem. So here we have this p. This looks good, no issue we have, and we have to simply pass this data attribute. So we'll remove this one, and we'll have the animations. So come here, we'll take a div. It will have the classes. Let's add a tk count down and text center, token call down bg, and this will be 1 second. It will have a div. I have filled form. Let's add a div called row with a class, and then we'll take this input type, gonna be a number, and it will be required, so user has to provide it. Then we'll add a place. By default they want to buy at least 1 token, and we'll add this particular id called first name, optional, and we'll add a minimum value. Let's add a class called form control. We'll have a on change, and we'll call this function we have. So we'll say set. So this is the input field we have. So this is the data we are updating in our state variable, set number of token, and that way we'll have the data. Now we can give the name to the, we'll say token. So this is the input field we have. Looks pretty good. So we are taking the data. Now we have to simply add a button. So we'll take a div. It will have a class called tk counter inner. So we have to display that percentage. So we'll take a div, we'll call progress, an animation class, and it's going to have this data attribute. Remove this, change this to 1.3 seconds. Inside that we have to take a div. It will have a class called something progress bar. We'll say progress bar stripped, and we'll have this gradient color. In that we'll have to add this role is going to be a progress bar. You can see the color is taking place, and we have to add the Arial value. So the current value will say to the percentage value. Then we'll take this Arial value minimum is 0, and Arial value max is going to be 100. So once we have that, we have to add the inline styling. So make sure to provide this one with, and here we have to simply provide the percentage value, so it will automatically get updated. And here we have to display the percentage value. We have to slice it down because the percentage can be go point something 0000 something like that, so we have to display only 4 character. So looks good. Right now it's saying none because we don't have any data, the contract is not deployed, and this token contract doesn't have any value. So this looks good. Now we can come here, we'll simply take a span, and here we have to display the data. So we'll take this progress class label, and we'll add this bg white inline style 1, and here we have to add this strong. Then we'll say token sale Then we'll say token sold and BTS. So this is the first. Simply copy and paste here, and this will be the 2. And here we have to change this to token balance, so how many token is left, and it will be BTC, and BTC looks good. Now we have to simply copy and paste here, remove the classes, and it will be min value, and here we have to say sell raised. Simply copy and paste, and here we have to change this text to soft cap. Oh, I'm getting this. Okay, so here we have to do the changes, progress, and here I have to change this value to max value, and that looks pretty fine. So the components looks good, and now we can come here and we can add our buttons. So we'll take a button class, button default, button radius, animation. Remove this one, and inside that we can simply copy this one and we have to paste here. Then we can simply type our text by token, and we'll display the arrow. Okay, so we have some issue why it's not in the middle. We'll try to fix that. So come here, we'll take a UL and we have to display the different icons. So we'll say icon list, icon none, and we'll say deflex, justify, content, and it will be center. Inside that we'll take the list, simply copy this one, and that's what we have to paste here. Simply remove this classes, and it will be 5, and here we have to display the icons. So that's the icon. Simply copy this and paste couple of times, and we have to change the icon name. So paste it 4. This will be the Bitcoin, this will be your Sipper, and this will be your Solid coin. So we have all of these coins looking absolutely fine. We have no issues so far. Now if I make on the big screen, you can see things looks pretty good, but the button is not perfectly aligned. It has to be in the middle, but we have this issue. Okay, so let's try to find out that what is wrong with our code. So let me see. So this is the input field we have, and here we have to add a div, and it will have a class called form group call md12 animation cut, and we have to paste here. So that's the one fix you have to do. And here we have this problem. It's a FORM, not FROM. So change this to and save it. And now still we have the same issue, but not a big deal. We're gonna fix that one. So this is the 2 changes you have to do. Now we have to simply come here and we have to add the animation attribute here, change the to 4, and I can see that this is the problem we have. So if I close this one, you can see this is the div. Simply cut this one and we have to paste right up here, and that will work fine. So make sure to do all of these changes, and then the button will be in the center and perfectly aligned, and we have the animation working absolutely fine. And here we are getting this error because we have not defined E. So not a big deal, we have to define the E. All the animation, everything is looking absolutely fine, and we can go to different component by clicking on the button. So now we can come here, we have to work on the third section. So we'll take a div, add a class called call large3. In that we'll take div, add parallel box, padding right it says, and here from here we can simply copy the boxes and place here. The same thing we have to do here. Simply copy and replicate it and we have this 3, and now we can simply change the data. So this will be the low high price to 24 hours. This is the, let's define the any number. Make sure to do the conversion of your token price and display the exact value. And here we have the token exchange. So we'll say total token sale, and here we have to display the percentage. So we'll display the total sold token, and we'll display the percentage of the token sale, and we have to slice it down. And here you can see 0 and none, but it will work fine. So that's the one, and this is the third one. And here we have to display the accepted currency. So we'll say acceptable currency, and you can display all the currency which you want to display. So this looks good, and that's wonderful. So this is the token sale component looking absolutely fine. If you check the responsiveness, that's working absolutely fine. Our down pop-up is also looking good. So that looks good. Reload the browser. Okay, so all the animations, the components are looking good. We can go to different section. If you click on this white paper, it will come here and looks good. Now we are done with this. Now we can start working on the next component. So close this one. Let's start working on the distributed component, and this will be working fine. So what I can do is I have to simply remove this one, take a section. It will have a class called container. It will have a div called row. Then we'll have a div class with call large 6, call md12, and call small 12, and res md mb40. So it's provide a space. Inside that we'll take a div add class called title, default, light, title, border, text, center. In that we'll take the open this one, take h4, add a class called animation, and we have to add the attributes. So the data animation, so this time I'll go with fed in up, and we'll say the delay will be our 0.20x, and we'll say token sale proceed, and here we have that one. Now we can come here, we can take a div add class called large padding top 20, res small padding top 0, text, center, animation. Simply copy this one and paste here. Then we have to change this to right. Inside that we'll take an image, cell proceed 3, and add a source of the image. We have to get into the image folder, then we have to pick this particular image, proceed 3.png. That's the image. Now we can come here and we'll take a div, add a divider class, and we'll say small divider. In that we'll take the list, we'll say list none, list cart, text center. We'll take a li, and we have to take the span. We'll add a class called cart, box color 1, and we'll take a span, and we'll have this text, we'll say advisor. So here it looks good. Now simply copy and paste here. This will be marketing. So simply copy and paste here and change this to public sale, and this will be 3. Copy and paste here, and this will be called pre-sale, and this will be 4. And this is the last one, and we're gonna say something pro, and this will be the 5. So we have this 5 1. So change this to 2, and we have this different colors. So this is the first UL list we have. Now what we can do, we can simply come here, we'll take a div, add a class called column large 6, call md12, call small 12. In that we'll add div with a class called title, default, light, title, border, and we'll say text, center. In that we'll simply add h4, we'll add a class called animation, and we have to add the attributes. So the copy and simply paste here, and here we have to say token distribution. We got the titles. Now we have to display our image. So what we can do is we can copy some of the stuff from here. So make sure to copy this entire div. So copy this one, and that's what we have to simply paste here. Okay, so that's what we have to paste here, and you can see we have the data with the images. Now we have to simply change the image and the data. So let's have a look where it is. So we have the image. This is called sale precede, and I'm going to simply change this to the distribution image. So simply remove this to distribution and save it. We have this different image. Okay, now we have to simply chain this, and we have this one, simply remove this class, and that looks fine. Now come back to the UL list, and here we have to chain this text. So this will be called ICO cell, and we have to chain this as well. This we call, and this will be the team and advisor. Here we have the private investors. Then we have the bounty. If I make on the big screen, you can see that looks absolutely perfect. We have this two section, one for the token sale and one for the distribution, and all the tabs are working absolutely fine. Looks good. I hope you guys can appreciate this. This one is also fine, and we can simply buy the token. Now we are done with this, close this one, and now we're going to simply work on the mobile app. So here we have to import the icons. So we'll take this, that's coming from React icon.io, and this will be AI. So first we need the icon for the Android, and then we need the icon for the, let's say, Android. The two icons we need. So simply remove this one, just take a section. It will have a ID called, let's say, mobile app. We'll have a class called bg light dark, and we'll say data and indexed 1. We'll add the data parallax. This will be our scroll. Then we have to add the data image. So let's provide the source. So we have to get into the images, then we have to take this app class bg png. So we got our image back. Once we have the section image, now we have to simply take a div, add a class called container. In that we'll take a div, add a class called row, align item center. In that we'll take a div, add a class called call large 7, call md12, and call sum12 div. We'll say title default light, and we'll say title border text medium center. In that we'll take a h4. It will have a class called animation, add the data attribute, the type. So we'll say fed in up, and we'll add the animation delay. So this will something like, we're going with the same value, 0.2 second. And then we can add this download mobile app, our title. Simply copy, and that's what we have to paste here. We'll add some dummy text, take alarms, and we have to remove, add couple of. So we get our text. Now we have to take another one, and we have to simply remove from here. So this looks good, and copy and paste here. So the two paragraphs we have. Now we can come here, we'll take a div, add a button. So we'll say button gray group text medium center, and we'll say animation. We have to add the data attributes. This will be 6 second. In that we have to take a button. So we'll say button default. We'll say button radius, and in that we have to simply remove this one, and we have to display the text and the icon. So we'll display the Android icon, and we'll add a class called new font size. In that we'll say Google Stores. So that's the first button. Simply copy and paste here, and this will be called AI logo Android. Actually I have to display the Android logo, Apple logo. So let's change the text. We'll say Apple Store. So I have to change the icon. So it looks pretty good. So this section is good, but the icon, this is not what I want. So I can come here, I can simply, so this is the one. I will say Apple, simply copy, and that's what you have to call here, and here we have the Apple logo. Then we can simply come here, we'll take a div, add a class called call large 5, call md12, and call small 12. In that we'll take a div, add a class called res medium top 50, res sm top 30, and we'll have the text center and animation, and then we have to add the data attribute. Simply copy and paste here. Inside that we can take an image, and we have to assign the source of our image. We'll say mobile app.png and save it. Here we have that. Looks absolutely good. Looks good. So come here, make on the big screen, and here you can see it looks absolutely incredible. So we have this mobile phone as well, FAQ, all the things are looking absolutely fine. So that looks good. And come here, and what I'm going to do is I'm not going to build this team and FAQ section, because these two components are the biggest component. If I start working on it, it will take a lot of time, and ultimately we are focusing on the DApp, not on the front end and UI development. Okay, so for the simplicity purposes, I'm going to remove this two component, team component and FAQ component, but we're going to work on the contact component. So this is the last component we have in our list, so let's work on it. So let's import couple of things. We need the icons. So we need the React icon /FA. So we need the icon for Facebook. Then we need the icon for Instagram. Then we need for the Twitter. And the last one is going to be the LinkedIn one and YouTube. We got all the icons. Now we can come here. We can simply import the one more. So that's coming from BS. And this will be the BS arrow right. It's arrow right. Now we'll work on the JSX. So take a section, add a ID called contact. Then we'll take a class called contacts section small padding top. Add a div, add a class called container. In that, take a div, add a class row. Take a div, add class column. Large 8 call md12 offset large 2. In that, take a div, add a class called title default light title border text center. And that will take a h4. And here we have this one. Simply copy this one, and that's what we have to simply paste here. Change the text to get in touch, and let's make it side by side so we can see what we are working on. So you can see it's working absolutely fine. Get in touch. Okay, we have this h4. Now we can simply come here. We'll take a div, add a class called row align item center. We'll take a small space, take a div, add a class called call large 4 call md6, and we'll have offset large 2. Then we'll take a div, add a class called bg light dark and contact box small 2 animation, and we have to add the attributes. So simply copy, and that what we have to simply paste here, and this will be animation, not animate. So we got it. Now with this will be 1. Open this one. We'll take a div, add a class called contact title. In that, we're going to simply copy this one, and that's what we have to paste here. This will be the 5, and change this to contact with us. Copy here. We'll take a p, and we have to assign the same attributes. Then take some dummy text, remove couple of texts. So this is the one. Now we can display the details. So we'll take a li ul, and we have to add a list item. So we'll say list none contact info margin top right. Then we'll take a li, and in that we're going to take and paste here. Inside that, we have to display the text. So we'll take a div, it will have a class called contact detail. And that will take a span, and we'll take this address, and then we'll define our actual value. So this is the dummy text, dummy address I'm typing. Don't think it's my address. So this is the dummy address I have here. So remove this one, and looks pretty fine. Simply copy and paste here, change this to phone, and here we have to change this. So we'll type this something, some dummy number which I have in the design. So remove this one. So we got the phone, we got the address. Now let's copy one more time, and we have to add the email. So this will be email ID, and change this to the blockchain coder. So if you guys are stuck and if you have any inquiry, make sure to contact here so I can able to help you. So that's the info. Now we can come here, we'll take a div, it will have a class called contact So this is the different class, contct, not contcat. Okay, so this is the different class. Add a follow, then we'll have a padding to margin, and we'll have the span. Copy this one and paste here. This will be having text uppercase, and here we have to display the follow. We'll say follow us. Okay, now we have to display the icons. So what we can do here is, and this is what we have here. Now we have already built this UL list, copy and simply paste here, and we have to do the changes here in this. So first thing we have to do is we have to remove this classes. We'll add this social icon, and we're going to simply remove this div, and here we have to display the icons. So we'll say take this anchor icon color, and we can display our icon. So first Facebook icon, and it will have a class called icon color. Simply remove this one, and this is the icon we have to replicate a couple of times. So we have our Facebook icon, so simply close this one, copy, and that's what we have to paste here. So paste here, and paste here. So change this icons value, so this will be our Insta. Close this one, and we have to add our, let's say, LinkedIn. Then we'll add our Twitter, and then we have to add our YouTube. So these are the icons which is looking absolutely fine. So we got our icons, no issue we have so far. Now we can simply come here, we'll take a div, add a column, because right now we have to work on the form component. So we'll say column large 5, column medium 6, and that will take a div, add a class called padding top 4, padding top md 0 animation, and we have to add the attribute, copy and paste here. So that's what we have here. Now what we can do, we'll take this form, and action is going to be the method is going to be post. We'll add a class called filled form, name is going to be enq. You can give whatever name you want. We'll take a div, add a class called form group, call medium 12, and we have the animation. So simply copy and paste here. In here we have to take the input field, required placeholder, enter name, and we have to add a class called form control name. So this is the form input field we have. Now we have to add the another one, so simply close and copy and paste here. And this will be the email. Here we have to change email and email. The classes would be the same, and this is the email, and we have to add an ID, so eid email, and this will be the name. Copy and paste here, and here we have to take the subject, okay, the user matter. So we'll say text subject and subject, and this will be the subject, and this one is going to be our actual message. So instead of input, we're going to take this text area, and we have to add couple of data. So this will be the text and the description, and this will be the message, and we have to add the row. It's going to be 2. You can increase this to any, like 4, 5, 6, whatever you want. If you want to have a big, then you can do that. Simply provide these details, and that's the form component we have. Now what we can do is, I can see here it looks good. Now close this one, copy and paste here, and remove this one. We'll have this div block, simply remove this, and we add this class called call medium 12 text center, and inside that we'll take the button. Type is going to be submit, title submit, and we'll say your message, then add the default classes. So button radius, button block, so we have the entire block. Now here we have to assign the ID called submit button, name is going to be submit, and we have to assign the value to submit, and here we have to give the name. So we'll say submit, and we'll display our arrow icon. So we have the submit button ready, and we'll take a div. It will have a class called call medium 12. In that we'll take a div, add a id called alert, so if anything goes wrong user can just simply have a message. And we'll have a class called alert message text center, and this looks good. So if I make on the big screen, you can see this component looks absolutely amazing, but we have this empty space. Here we can display the box. So this looks good. This looks good. This is also looking fine now. Fine. Let's work on this icon. So come back here. So this is the icons we have. Follow us. So what I can do is I can simply come here in the UL in the first one, and here we have the 3 icons. So open this one, and here we can see the address and the details we have, but we can also display the icon. So what I can do here, so come here, we'll take this icon and we'll assign this class. We'll say icon ours email, save it, copy and come here, and that's the one you have to paste here. You can display the React icons, it will work either way. And here you can see we have this circle, but I want to display a box inside a circle, so I can do a change. So let's have a look. This looks fine. So let's come here, and to display a box, what I can do is, so here we can do the changes. Instead of doing this, displaying the React icons, I can simply change this one. Okay, let's remove this one, and this will display the circle with a square. If you come back to the contact, here you can see it looks fine. So do the same thing for all the 3 icons, or you can display the React icon. Both are fine, it's totally up to you. So replace this one, and that will fix the issue. And here we have the box, and looks fine. If you click, it's not working. Okay, it's not working. So come here and let's have a look. It's called contact. So we have this R, remove that one, and this will work fine. Okay, now we can simply go to different section. So we are done with the entire UI part. Everything is working absolutely fine. We have no issue. You can see it's loading and working with all the animations coming slowly. Close this one, and come here, close this one, close this one, close this one, and come back to the pages. And here we have, so here we have the banner. So first we have to transfer the token to the token sale contract. So this particular function can only call by the owner. So we have this one. Come here in the home and click. So here what we have to do is, first we have to redeploy the entire contract, because I don't want to have any issue. So open up the terminal, stop the application from running. Okay, now start the local blockchain npx hard at node, and this will start the local blockchain. It will give you 20 plus account. Then we have to deploy, hit enter, and this will deploy the contract. Come back here in the context, and here you will give you the same address. We have already done all the settings, and we have done no changes in the contract, so we can go with the same API. Let's start the application called npm run dev, and it will start on localhost 3000. Come here, reload the browser. It's taking a little bit time, but it will happen very quickly, so just wait. And here the animation is taking place. All the things are looking fine. Now first we have to log out from our application. So let's log out and let's try to connect. Reload the browser. Here we have MetaMask. Simply provide your password and unlock. So we are connected successfully. So now the very first thing you have to do to call the function, first you have to clear all your MetaMask history, because if you call straight away it's going to fail. So clear your MetaMask history, and here I have cleared my MetaMask history. Now let's do the inspect element. Come back here, and here you can see we have the object, means all the details about our contract. So you can open and you can see the data of our contract. So now we have to call this function transfer token. Click on that. Okay, nothing is happening. So come back in the context, and let's have a look in the index that why the function is not getting called. So this is the function we are calling. You can see this is the address of the token sale contract in which we are transferring the token, the 500 token. So let's call the function. Okay, maybe I have not attached the function because we are not getting any error. So maybe the function is not attached, so nothing is happening. So come back here, go back to the component banner, and I can see here that we have not attached the function, so we have to call the function. So copy, and that's what the function we have to call here. So we'll say on click, and we have to call the function. So once I call the function, it's going to open the MetaMask, and here we are transferring the fund to Token Sale. Click on confirm, and the transaction went through, and here you can see now the fund is available in the Token Sale contract. So this is the fund we have here. If you open the price, and the Token Sale is available, and this is the balance I have in my Token Sale, and that was the balance for the Token Sale contract. So if I close this one, and if I come all the way down, so let me do one thing. Let me simply change my account so I can purchase. So simply come here, remove the history, reload the browser, and if I show you the console log, you can see this is the balance I have in the Token Sale contract. But if I open this one, right now I don't have balance in this. So this balance is the user balance who is connected with the application. So he doesn't hold any token, but the available supply and everything is there. So if I come here, and here you can see the data is displaying right now the Token Sale contract has 500 TBC token, and we haven't have any sales yet. So now the percentage is 0. So looks good, and now we can buy some tokens. So first click on 5. Okay, so E is not defined. So come back here in the Token Sale, and here we have to provide this E. So where is the input field? So this is the, let's have a look. So this is the counter, and here we have the input field. Not we have here in the input field. So provide this E, and this will work fine. Save it. Come here, reload the browser, and it's taking a little bit time. Now you can simply transfer the fund. Type, let's say 100. Click on buy token. Okay, nothing happened. So still I think I forgot to add the functionality. So maybe come back here in the button, and let's have a look. So this is the button we have. Okay, we haven't attached the function. So simply take this one, buy token, and we have to call the function on the button so it can trigger on click event. So let me find out the button. So this is the button. Let's add a on click function and call it. We have to pass the token which user want to purchase. So if you come back to the token, buy token, you can see we have to pass the number of token user wants to buy. So come back here in the token sales, and here we have the value. Copy, and that what we have to simply paste here, and that will work fine. Absolutely. Reload the browser, and now we can simply buy the token. That's what we have here. Now we can simply buy 50 token. Click on this buy token. It will pop up the MetaMask, and you have to make the transaction, transfer 50 and buy token, and here the transaction went through, and you have bought the 50 token, and you can see the percentage went up, and right now we have 450 tokens available in the Token Sale contract, and 50 sold. If you open this one, you have bought 50. You can even buy more. Okay, this looks fine. Let's buy the token from different account. So I'll go with the account number 4 to see things are working fine. Now complete clear your history, reload the browser, and come back here. Close this one, close this one, close this one, close this one, and we have to close this one, close this one, and let's do the transfer of the fund. So come back in the banner. Let's hide this particular button, because this button can only be called by the owner of the contract. So we have already transferred the funds, so just comment this on. Now it looks good. Let's click on this, and now we can simply buy. So let's buy 100. Click on buy token. We are transferring 100 ether. Click on confirm, and here the transaction went through. The page is reloading, and here we have the data. So 42.8% tokens. So looks good. Come back home, service, all of things are working absolutely fine. So I believe that you guys can appreciate this project, that how powerful it is, and now you can create your own ERC20 token and ICO marketplace where user can come and purchase your token. So this is absolutely perfect. You can see every single thing is working fine and all the animations and libraries are looking absolutely great. So let me come here. If you want to get the source code and the starter file, as I told you in the very beginning, that you can come back to the blockchain coder. Here you will find all of the things. Come here, go back to the AI course. So this is one of the course I launch, and this will teach you every single thing which you have to know about the framework development. So if you want to master Next.js and Redux toolkit, then this is the project you have to build. It will teach you every single thing about the state management, how you can use the Redux toolkit, how you can use the API calls. This will teach you every single thing. So this project is absolutely must for every single one of you who want to learn about the Web3 development. So come back to the source code, and here I have provided all the source code of the project. So you can come here and you can check that what are the codes and what are the project we have built. So everything is provided here for all of you guys. So simply filter the data, recent one, and just wait. It will take a little bit time from coming the data, and here it's coming. And here you can see this is the project which we are building. You can click on this and you can get the startup file and you can get the final file. And here is the setup video which you can watch if you really want to. And that's the only thing I want to cover in this video. Hope everything is making sense to all of you guys and you guys have understood that how you can build your own ICO platform and sell your token. Whatever we have covered, it's absolutely incredible, and finally we have completed this entire huge project with smart contract, front end, and with all the logic. So if you are new to my channel, hit like, subscribe, and do let me know that you guys have built this project, you guys have enjoyed, and if you have encountered any error, do let me know in this email ID so I can contact you, or you can ask me right in the comment section so I can help you. Okay, so start building, complete this project, and learn every single thing whatever I have explained here, and try to understand the entire logic, because this is the one of the most important part when it's come to DeFi development and learning about the smart contract and fund and ERC20 token allowing and purchasing. So that's the only thing from my end. Hope you guys have enjoyed the project. Do let me know in the comment section, and hit like and subscribe and give a star if you guys have enjoyed the project. With that, I'm ending this video. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.